Jury will consider assault charges against a LeFlore high school student. She's accused of shooting two classmates in January.
The defendant isn't being identified because of a law protecting her anonymity. Even though she is being charged as an adult, our Brendan Kirby was at that preliminary hearing today.
And Brendan, we found out a lot today about what investigators say happened, right?
We sure did, Byron and Lenise. We learned more about the circumstances surrounding this shooting. We learned how police believe that the student got the gun, and we also heard for the first time her side of the story. A LeFlore high school student testifying Monday that a fellow student shot him on January 30th and that the defendant continued to follow him down a hallway at gunpoint. Mobile Police Detective Alexis Kinzer testified that video backs up that account. She says after the shooting, the video shows the defendant kicking the victim's legs and then pursuing him as he crawled down the hallway before putting a gun to his head. According to testimony, the bullet grazed the boy's hip and struck an uninvolved teenage boy in the torso. Detective Kinzer testified that another student gave the gun to the defendant and that police only recently have recovered that gun during a traffic stop in an unrelated drug enforcement operation. Mobile County District Attorney Keith Blackwood says the shooting is unacceptable.
In this case, there was an intended target, so we didn't have a mass casualty situation, thank goodness. But this is every parent's worst nightmare. There was an unintended target in this case. It could have been a lot worse than what it was. And so this is just something that we cannot tolerate.
While what started the dispute is still not clear, Detective Kinzer testified that the victim had told a friend that the defendant had fake friends. Defense attorney Christine Hernandez says the victim started the fight by hitting the defendant in the face, and she grilled the victim about threatening text messages he supposedly sent. He denied that, but invoked his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination when Hernandez asked if he had hit the defendant. Hernandez also claims discipline at LeFlore is inadequate.
There's been a long-running issue with physical altercations at LeFlore High School this year, very recently as well. And I have several other cases involving incidents that have happened there. The administration has taken a position that they're not going to diffuse the situation. They are not wanting to suspend students.
DA Blackwood says he doesn't believe school officials are ignoring the issue and that in any case, it's irrelevant to the criminal charges.
Certainly there's no reason at all for a student or anyone else to bring a gun into a school and shoot it. So no matter what the defense is, it's inexcusable that someone would take a gun into a school in order to hurt people.
The judge also denied a defense request to reduce bail in this case. As for allegations that the school system doesn't take these incidents of bullying seriously, school spokeswoman Renee Phillips says that's not true. She says that when administrators receive complaints, they investigate them.
Hey, Brenda, before we let you go, now the shooting has prompted a reevaluation of security in Mobile County Public Schools, but do we know just how often weapons do turn up in schools?
Yeah, well, Byron, there is some data on this from the Alabama Department of Education. They show that it's been a problem over the last 3 years in the school system. System-wide, there have been 422 incidents involving weapons in the county schools, and that includes guns, knives, and other weapons. During that time frame, Superintendent Cressel Threadgill says that he expects to present something to the school board soon. Reporting live, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.